Hi guys, welcome back to today's class. We're going to be talking about protein. In our first class, we already debunked all your claims that protein is just beans. We debunked those claims already in our first class. If you have not seen our first class and our second class, and you're in class 3, I would advise you to go back and watch other classes because you'll be missing vital information. And now we're going to do like a summary of our last class. So our last class we spoke about carbohydrates, we spoke about serving size. We said our serving size has to be 1 cup of this if you don't have a measuring cup. So this, and if you're using the medium, it has to be somewhere here in the medium. We also spoke about our rice and our pasta. We said we're eating 1 cup of cooked rice, 1 cup of cooked pasta, 1 cup of cooked noodles, 1 cup of couscous, 1 cup of quinoa, whatever it is. We spoke about our bread. We said 2 slices of bread. And we said if you're bordering towards weight loss, you are doing 2 slices of multi-grain or wheat bread. If you are going towards weight gain, you are doing 2 or more slices of the normal bread. Right. We spoke about potato, Irish potato. Same thing is probably obtainable for the sweet potato, but we'll see as the class progresses. So Irish potato, 2 medium or 4 small potatoes. That's your serving size. Now, if you know that when you eat your serving size, that's not going to be enough for you. Let's say the Irish potato, now let's use the Irish potato. We said 2 medium, right? 2 medium potatoes, and you're like, no, I want more. So you do 3 medium potatoes and you say, okay, this is my portion size. Whenever I eat Irish potatoes, I'm going to eat 3 medium potatoes. That's fine. So now heading over to protein today. Let's talk about protein. Protein has something called amino acids as the building blocks of protein. And then we have essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are those amino acids that you need, but they cannot be produced by your body. Non-essential amino acids are those amino acids that you need them still, but we call them non-essential because your body can produce them. So protein is important because a whole 9 your body cannot produce. So you need to eat it in order to get it. Are we clear? Yes, we're clear. So usually less than 1% of protein remains in stool after ingestion and digestion of protein. So of all the foods, right, when we talk about digestion, I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm not going through the digestion process, but I'm just going to speak briefly on this. Of all the foods, the only food or one of the foods whose digestion starts in the stomach is protein. For carbohydrates, it starts right in the mouth. As you are eating it, the digestion process is starting. But for protein, it starts in the stomach. But after your protein has been ingested and digested, 1%, less than 1% remains in the stool. Why is this important to note? It's important because I don't want you to think, oh, if I eat this amount of protein, all of it is going to go in my stool. That's not true, honey. No, that's not true. So less than 1% remains in stool. And we have something called high biological value proteins. Now, high biological value proteins are those proteins that, 1, they contain 9 essential amino acids. 2, they are also called complete protein. They include some animal-based proteins and some plant-based protein. So we're talking about meat, we're talking about meat, fish, chicken, animal-based. Plant-based, we're talking about quinoa, we're talking about hemp, soy, chia. Those are plant-based. And then we have something called low biological value proteins. These are proteins that contain some essential amino acids, but they are mostly plant-based protein. Now, in 1 gram of protein, we're talking about 4 kilocalories. Can you beat that? In 1 gram of protein, we're talking about 4 kilocalories. And what are the benefits? Why do I need protein? You know, for carbohydrates, once they ask you, why do you need carbohydrate? For energy. It energizes you. Yes. So when you already have energy, why then do you need anything else? Why do you need protein? Why do you need fats? Why do you need oils? Why? We're going to find out together why we need protein. So proteins produce enzymes like our lactase, which is found in milk. They are the building blocks of every cell in the body. They also have antibodies. They can generate antibodies. They build your immune cells. I mean, if I find out that something is going to build my immune cell, I'm going to eat it every day. Probably not in excess, but I'm going to eat it every day. And they also increase your ability to detox. And it forms hormones like insulin. You need insulin for your sugar, and we're going to get to sugar. We're not there yet. And it has messenger cells called growth hormone, and it also generally improves your body. Now, it is important for bone health as well. That is protein. And we now talk about types of protein. How much protein do you need? What are the common types of protein? We talked about plant-based, we talked about animal-based protein. So typically you need, your recommended daily allowance for protein has to be 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram. So you are not supposed to have 25 gram of, you are supposed to have 25 gram of protein per meal. That is if you are eating 3 to 5 meals per day. Now, some of these things are technicalities that are mostly there for nutritionists like myself. So we're going to dive into what you need for yourself. High biological value proteins are fish is a very good source of protein. That's why people tell you that fish is good, fish is healthy. They know what they are saying. So we have different types of fish, obviously, and you have to try to avoid shark, swordfish, king mackerel. You don't have to avoid them per se. You have to avoid eating them in toxic levels because they have some toxicity. So if you eat too much, they're going to accumulate and then they're going to cause some fish poisoning. We don't want that to happen. We also have dairy being a part of protein. So we're talking about milk and milk products. So we have spoken about steak, we've spoken about meat, fish, and we have talked about dairy. And now we're talking about legumes, soy, high protein seeds, and grains. Those are your plant-based proteins. And then we also have the processed proteins as well, which you have to try not to eat so much of it. Like your red meat, try not to eat red meat, please. No, limit your red meat. Sorry, let me not say try not to eat it. Limit it. You're supposed to eat technically less than 500 grams of cooked beef, lamb, pork, or goat. Those are your red meats. All right. So this teacher is gonna go now because we have come to the end of protein, and then we're going to talk about the 7 sides of various proteins in our next class. Bye. See you. Hope you're learning something. I really hope so.